Hi, this is Dr. Christine Hafer, and as part of our 12 Days of Wellness, I wanted to talk to you today about how to not gain weight during the holidays. Not everyone has to put on 10 pounds of weight during the holidays, as we all talk about. So here's 5 tips, and then I'll talk about the weight loss program we have in the office if you need to get some weight off in the new year as well. So tip number 1 is eat as normally as possible. You don't need to eat Christmas cookies every day. I know they're delicious, but you can eat your normal meals most of the days during the holidays. Yes, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, maybe you have a Christmas party at work, maybe your kids have a Christmas party at school. There are definitely times when you can enjoy things, but for the most part, you want your meals to be as normal as possible. An ideal meal, in my opinion, as a functional medicine doctor, is protein, 4 to 6 ounces of protein, more towards that 6 ounces if it's appropriate for you. Vegetables, non-starchy vegetables are wonderful, and then you can add in your fruits after your meal. Fats are wonderful for a lot of people, and then you can have an amount of healthy grains as well. So if you eat those typical meals, you will not gain weight. Tip number 2, on the days that you know you will have cookies and peppermint mochas and your big holiday meal for your family, you can employ one of 2 strategies. You can fast in the morning that day or do intermittent fasting, or you can eat a high protein meal in the morning. So fasting we'll talk about in a minute, but high protein meals look like this. So within 30 minutes of weight gain, getting 40 grams of protein, 40 to 50, even if you want to push it a bit, really fuels your metabolism, and it works on supporting your skeletal muscles. So we know in the research that the skeletal muscles are one of the biggest organs of blood glucose control. So when we build our muscles, we have better blood glucose control over our whole body. As far as fasting goes, it's not appropriate for everyone, so definitely know if it is or not. If it is, and it's something you can tolerate, if you've done intermittent fasting in the past, you can employ intermittent fasting those days. For men, they can do it pretty much every day. For women, they really want to be doing it properly during their cycle. If they're cycling women, postmenopausal women can fast more easily as well. The book I really like, if you want to know where you're at in your cycle and how it works with your fasting, is the book called Fast Like a Girl. And Dr. Mindy in the book talks about when it's appropriate to fast at different points of your cycle. If you ever need help figuring that out, that's something I work with my clients as well. Number 3, exercise timing. So it's hard to outrun or work off a 1,000-calorie meal, but there are things you can do really to improve your blood glucose when you're eating big meals. The first thing you could do is strength train before those meals. So if on Christmas Eve you're gonna have your big meal with your family, then if you can fit in, I know it's a busy time of year, but if you can fit in 30 minutes, 40 minutes, even 20 minutes where you can do some strength training, lifting some weights, or even doing some body weight strength work, that can really help to empty out the glycogen in your muscles. So when you eat all of those yummy carbs, they have a place to go. Then if you want to, after you eat that meal, instead of going and burning it off for an hour, if you go for a leisurely 10 or 20 minute walk, maybe with your family, if it's nice, here in Florida, it's nice enough that we can typically do that. That will help lower your blood glucose level as well. Tip number 4, there are supplements that can help lower your blood glucose level too as well. One of them is berberine. So berberine does a lot of different things. It supports gut health, it kills off certain infections naturally, but it also lowers blood glucose levels. So that's one of the things I work on with my clients is we add it in and we see if it's appropriate to bring their resting and fasting glucose down. The other supplement I really like is alpha-lipoic acid. That has shown that it's really protective of your liver. It helps lower blood glucose. It does a lot of things that are great in the body. If you want those supplements and the recommendation, I do offer those on Fullscript if you're not local, or if you want it and you're a patient at the office, I can set you up with those as well. Number 5 is a continuous glucose monitor. So I've been using one for a while. It's been pretty interesting to see what spikes my blood sugar and what doesn't. But if you want to make sure you are not really busting up your blood glucose constantly throughout the holidays, you get a reading, you don't want to do it, it's helpful. If you need tips on that, let us know. There is this continuous glucose monitor is from Stelo.com, S-T-E-L-O. It's only $89 a month, so it gives you a lot of good information. And it's a great time if you've ever thought you wanted to do a continuous glucose monitor, if it's been on your wish list, It's a great time to do it because you do want to be eating some foods you don't normally eat in your diet, your ideal diet, to see how they affect you. So those are my top 5 tips. And if you have found, if none of these tips work out for you, you just didn't do them, and you gained some weight over the holidays, or you've been wanting to lose some weight for a while, we do have a doctor supervised program in our office. These are the drops we use. They're all natural. They're really supportive. So the 6-week diet, people lose 20 to 30 pounds. It's all natural. We're eating whole foods, and there's no exercise involved, and it makes a big difference for people. So if that's something you want to do, contact the office. We'll be running promotions in the new year as well. Thank you.